Hello everyone, this is Mohammad Moinuddin Bhuya. Welcome to Meet the Global Leader, our webinar program. As we all know, we School of Entrepreneurship Development, we're working for startup ecosystem development in Bangladesh, and we try to host most of the global leaders from all around the world, and they share their ideas, their views. Since we work for youth empowerment in Bangladesh, so it's a fantastic opportunity for the youths who aspire to become global leader to learn something from our guests, to learn something from our global leaders. We are very much happy because today we have with us a very special guest. She is none other than Paula Pimenta. She is the general manager of the body shop of Latin America. We will be hearing stories, the success stories of Paula and how did she emerge from no one to a global leader. And I hope after her session, everyone out there, every viewer will have some opportunity to follow the footsteps of Paula. Paula, welcome to our show.
Thank you. I'm so happy because this is my first international um how can I say speaking here. So very nice. Thank you for the invitation. I'm very happy to share with you my steps, my career. And as I always say, there is no rule, but maybe you can get some insights from what I did, how did I performed my career, and for sure, I hope at the end you have these insights and the courage to move on. Thank you.
Right, right, absolutely. By the way, since you are from Brazil, we'd like to add something. There is a big Brazil football fan base in our country, and we still can remember that great Brazil team consisting of Ronaldo, the phenomenon, Roberto Carlos, Kaká, Ronaldinho, Cafu. So I hope the people from Brazil they know about the fan base of Brazil team in Bangladesh. And
Wow.
on behalf of Bangladeshi people, we wish all the best to Brazil team for upcoming World Cup.
Thank you. We need it, no? Because the last World Cup we won was some years ago. So hope
So,
we
so
have.
we are one World Cup. What can I say? Away for Hexa mission, right?
Sorry, the question.
We are one World Cup away from our Hexa mission.
Yes, yes.
So
So
hopefully it will be done very soon.
hope so.
Uh, anyway, Paula, first of all, we'd like to know about your academic career. From where did you complete your higher education, and how was your academic career, and which actually helped you to become the Paula Pimenta that you have become now?
Yeah. So I like to talk about my career because it's so different, and that's the point I can maybe inspire who is listening to this video cast. I'm a food engineer. Do you believe? Food
Oh my
engineer.
goodness.
Yes, and now almost 2 years I manage a business, so completely different. So I started my career, in fact, my university in 1998. So you
Okay.
can make the counting of how old I am. So almost 44 years old. And I started doing food engineering in a city here in Brazil, not in São Paulo, because usually people know São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. So I'm from the countryside of Brazil. And it was quite new, this course in Brazil. I think about 10 years before. And I thought, okay, maybe I can like this course. And I started after 1 year. I said, okay, I like it. I want to study food engineering. There is a lot of engineering in this course. And I did some trainee intern programs such as Unilever. Probably you know, yes,
Yes,
Unilever.
one of the biggest FMCG in the world.
Yes. So when 1 year before I finished my graduation, I took an intern program in Unilever, and you're going to at the end understand this, but in quality. So I started working in a lab. It was a factory of tomatoes. And at this point, I thought, I don't want to work in quality. I wanted to work in production, innovation, but not in quality. So after I finished, and very, very important, on my fourth year of university, I went to Canada to
Okay.
study food science in an university called McGill University, one of the best in the world.
Yes,
It
best of
was,
the best.
yes, best of the best. Uh, it was a very, very nice experience. It was my first time living abroad, and I could learn a lot of culture, not only technical speaking. At this moment, also, I took a lot of new subjects at the university. So I studied entrepreneurial leadership. I studied English, technical English, not only technical. For example, I did packing, I did chemistry, but I also took some other subjects at the university. After 6 months, I came back. It was when I started at Unilever, and then I thought, I don't want to work in quality. It's like not so nice. It's a not so good
It's kind
experience.
of boring, you know?
It's kind of boring. And there is something in quality that you always have the bad news to give. Usually,
Right,
if
right,
it's okay, it's okay. Just go on with the production. But if it's not okay, you are going to say, the product needs to be blocked. So you are like the person who always give the bad news. So
right,
look
right.
what happened. After I finished my internship and my university, I started in a program, a trainee program in a company called Cargill. It's also very known worldwide. It's usually for commodities, soya, beans, grains, and so on. And they invited me to starting as engineering program, which means that I could do like a 2 3 months in different areas. So I did planning, I did industry, I did the quality for sure, logistic, and so on. After 1 year, they said, Paula, we have a position for you. And I said, wow,
Okay.
nice. Where is this position? They said quality. And I said, no way. So
The thing that you didn't want.
yes, the one that I didn't want. But at the same time, I thought, okay, this is what I have, this is what they are offering me. I don't have any other option. Yes. So let's do it. And at this time, I decided something very, very important in my career. Nobody wants to work in quality. I was one of them. So I will be the best in quality. I will make difference in quality. I will be, you know, the professional in quality where people will look say, okay, it's different. It's not the old quality style and business we are used to work with. So that for me was some that really changed my mindset. At the end, I worked 13 years in quality. Okay. So I started in Unilever, then in Cargo. I stayed almost 4 years in Cargo. Three of them work in quality. Then I have my one movement in Brazil. I went to Danone. I don't know if in
Danone,
India.
yes, a Danish company.
Yeah, that's nice because all the company I'm saying and all reference,
It has those these have global exposure, right? You
Yeah,
know.
yes. So I started in Danone, where I worked for almost 9 years, and in quality. At the
Okay.
end, I say that I was in a position called everything that nobody wants. That was my position because I
Okay.
had quality, environment, water management, crisis management, and that's it. So nobody wanted to work with all those areas. So I had this in my management, and Danone for sure was a school in terms of quality management, technical quality. It was just amazing. I went from working with distribution centers quality in distribution centers. And my last position was in water division. I don't know if
Okay.
there is Bonafone or any water business from Danone in India, but it's some countries we have it. And yeah, I stayed there 9 years working quality, and that opened the door to move on to Natura. Natura is a
Okay.
Brazilian company, cosmetic company. So since the end of my years in Danone, I only worked in food companies. So very related to food engineering. And then Natura invited me to lead a position of quality Natura. So that
Okay.
for me was the huge recognition of I'm going to be good in quality. If this is what I have, I will do my best. So usually we like to choose where we are going to work, but sometimes it takes time to choose. First, you have to do what you have. So I do a lot of mentoring and coaching with some professionals here in Brazil. And sometimes they say, I don't like what I do. Okay, what else do you have to do? Nothing. I just have this. So please do your best with what you have. If you do your best with what you have in your hand, I'm sure life is going to give you more. But if you don't treat well and don't do your best with what you have, then probably nobody will recognize you and give you more. Yes?
True.
So,
True.
uh,
Absolutely.
thank you. So that's one of the learnings I had, and one of the learnings I try to pass with these people that I work and lead. And then I went to Natura. Natura is brand in Brazil for cosmetic. In 2014, they bought a company from Australia called Aesop. In 2017, they bought the Body Shop from London, from UK. And 2020, they bought Avon, a direct
Okay.
selling also for cosmetic. So it's in 2020 we were the fourth biggest cosmetic company worldwide, and we have just sold Aesop this year, so now we are not the fourth anymore. But it's a very non-business and company in Brazil for many reasons, not for being very big in direct selling, but also for the ESG principles. Since the beginning of this company, we are more than 50 years now in Brazil. So I'm very, very proud in work at Natura. And then, so quality was my um, ticket entry in Natura. And why I'm
True.
saying this, because Natura here in Brazil is a company where everybody wants to work. So probably
So,
you
so, so,
have the
so
companies.
Natura is a big deal in Brazil.
Yes, yes, because you know McGill, you know Unilever, you know Danone, Cargo, but probably Natura for you it's quite new because it's from Brazil. It's different from the other companies I've been working. So Natura was a dream. Like I used to think that who works in Natura? I don't know nobody that works in Natura. I really would like to work in Natura. And then so quality was this ticket to Natura, where I'm saying if you have only one thing in your hand, do your best because you are going to be rewarded for this. So for me, it was my reward of choosing staying in quality, do my best, yes, being different from the other professionals, trying to make quality more attractive and learning a lot from this position. I learned a lot. I One of the things I've learned was how to give bad news with a smile.
Okay.
Because as I said, quality is the one said this is block, you didn't pass the audit, this is wrong. So how
So,
to
so, yeah,
do it
you sometimes generally work like a doctor, you know, you have to prescribe good things or bad things. So,
usually.
we have that much expertise. So, if we take the key takeaways from your initial responses, what we can say is not necessarily you will get your desired position all time, but whatever position you get, you need to give your best.
Eh,
And you did your higher study in food engineering, which is a very good subject, what I believe, and you have strong affiliation with big companies, big names, and you talked about Natura, which is a big deal in Brazil. So if you focus on the job that you are doing, then today, tomorrow, you will be promoted to bigger position in bigger companies. So just stick on what you do and try to be the best wherever you get onboarded. So
Yeah,
this was absolutely a key finding from your perspective. Now I'd like to add something different. That is, we all talk about good things, positive vibes. I would like to know some of the mistakes that you did in your academic career or your professional career, because one thing we must keep in our mind: if we do any mistake, doing mistakes are not a big problem, or is not a big problem. Problem is if you repeat that mistake. So would you please enlighten us some of the mistakes that you did and which
for sure.
the young generation shouldn't repeat in their life?
Yes. I my grandmother once said something for me, that she said that if we learned from experience, we could avoid a lot of problems. But usually
True,
we need
true.
to learn from our experiences. So, yes, I did a lot of mistakes, and I'm going to tell you one of them. So, I said that I started with Natura. 1 year and a half later, I was invited to be responsible, the director for customer relationship for the whole Latin America. And in this position, I didn't know anything because remember, I
Okay.
had 13 years in quality, only quality. I'm food engineering. And then they said, okay, you are going to the business. You are going to learn something that you don't know, that you don't know. So I started a project in customer relationship in technology to change our CRM, the system where we put the customer
Right,
informations, where we
right.
keep all
Customer
the.
relationship management software.
Yes. So this was supposed to be 1 year project about I'm going to say um, any number, okay? About $1 million project, and should bring us a lot of benefits. So after 1 year, we were discussing the system holdback. We had still had 70% to implement, with like 3 times more the cost. Lot of problems, and a project of 1 year took about 3 years to be delivered. We did the last go live in 2020. It was like in the middle of COVID, and it was very, very difficult. So I took a lot of learnings on that. Yes. And one of them is, if you don't know the subject, don't only trust who presents you the subject. Go a little bit deeper, make questions. Usually, if you make the right questions, you will learn more. You will see if you can trust, because if the person do not have the answers, you are going to see, and then you are going to choose if you rely or not rely, and what is missing. So I think for me it was the worst project I had in my life. At the end, a lot of times I thought, I'm going to leave, I'm going to give up, I'm going to say I'm done. But at the end, what I can tell you, another learning, is that if you pass through a very difficult time, doesn't matter if it's professional or personal, you are going to get the other way much better as a person, as a professional, with good stories to tell, with learnings that you are not going to repeat, as you said. No, you can learn one, you can have mistakes, but please do not do the same mistakes. Yes.
Okay.
So that was the worst one I had in my professional life. In my
So
personal life, I have lots of these mistakes.
okay, don't worry about this. People learn from experience, and experience comes from mistakes. So since you are a very experienced person, that means you have gone through many mistakes. So Paula, I would like to add something there. As you know, the famous entrepreneur, the founder of Virgin Group, uh, well, Richard Branson once said, if you are given any big task and if you think you are not ready for this, just grab it and try to learn it within a very short span of time. So from your experience, it was like yes, no matter how big the position is, how big the challenge is, if you get the challenge, if you get the opportunity, just try to go deep into the topic and try to ask some questions to the what can I say, right person, so that you can take the responsibility, you can fulfill the responsibility in proper way. So this is a great learning opportunity for others. Not necessarily you will give a big opportunity, take the big opportunity, but to really overcome the challenge, try to talk with what can I say, proper persons, responsible persons, ask right questions,
Yes.
and if you follow this, then definitely, no matter how big the challenges, you will be able to overcome this.
I usually have something with me that is, what is the worst that could happen if you take
Okay.
a new position, challenge, job, anything? What is the worst? Fail. So you have the guarantee that the worst thing is to fail and then have the consequence on fail. But what if you succeed? What
Right.
if you learn? What if you can bring something different? So I'm a very how can I say, courageous person,
Courageous, confident. you,
confident,
you,
yes,
you
and
can foresee the future.
yes, because usually I think, okay, this is not the death. The consequence of not of failing in this case is not dying. It's just learning. So I will do it because I
Definitely.
prefer to fail doing than to stay in the comfort zone and doesn't do anything that brings me passion, joy, energy, motivation. So I went through being a quality person to being a relationship person and now a business person in 20 years. So,
True.
yeah, I would do it. My husband said when I got this last position, he said, "But you don't know anything about managing a business." Yes, I don't know, but I know that I can learn. I know how I can do to learn fast, because this is also something. No, not only make questions and learn, but how you can learn fast. So listen, pay attention, make research, talk to people that know more than you. That's not a problem. Yes, go deep. You must. I always say that the most important thing that usually in interviews I look at is motivation. If you have motivation, no one will stop you.
Right.
Yes.
If you have motivation, if you have encouragement, then you will have you will gather lots of guts to go ahead.
Yes.
This is same for everyone. So Paula, I would like to ask another question, that is throughout your corporate life or professional life, which skills have helped you to stay ahead of the curve, like the skills that you learned during your graduation, during your academic career? Because the students, the youths who aspire to become a leader, a global leader like you, they must master some basic skills. So which are those basic skills you would like to mention?
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about technical skills because that depends only
you,
on
you,
you
you
to
can
learn.
talk about some soft skills.
Yes, soft skills. So in terms of soft skill, the one that I've read once in an article saying about people usually are convinced by an idea. 40% depends on facts, okay? But 60% depends on relationship, communication, if you have empathy with the person and the idea. So I've learned in all those years working in many different companies and areas and so on that relationship is key. Networking. Yes. And I'm not saying like false relationship. I'm talking to you because I have interest. I need something. No, just do like positive relationship through relationship. Yes, this changes everything because collective ideas and mindset is much bigger than one person very, very smart and intelligent. Okay,
True.
so that's another thing. If you are alone, you must be the person that has the best ideas, the QI very, very high. But if you are alone and you are not going to do anything. But if you are together with people that believe in what you are bringing, that believe in your dreams. Usually I say I've learned three things on leadership. First of all, a leader must dream big. Okay?
Okay.
That's not so easy, but it depends on you, which makes easier. The second part is to make your dream part of other people, to make other people believe in your dream. Yes, because alone you're not going to do what you need to do to accomplish your dream. You need people working to you. You need to engage people. It's not because you are a leader, but because they really believe in what you are dreaming. So they are going to help you to make through your dream. And the third things, it's let's work. Let's do this dream come true. Yes, doesn't I know a lot of people that have good dreams, engage, but doesn't make it real. Doesn't so it's like nothing. Yes. So these three things, in my opinion, they make a very, very good leader. Yes, like dream big, try to bring most of people to your dream, engage them in your dream. It's not easy, but then go to work.
Right. So the bottom line is, apart from your academic background or technical background, you must have some basic soft skills like good communication, uh, good mentality for good relationship, empathy, and one thing that you mentioned with great importance, that is, a leader has to be very ambitious. He must uh, thinks of doing big things, because if a leader is not that much big, not that much ambitious, then his or her followers will not become that much big ambitious person. So they have to be very much ambitious, and this is true for everyone. We all say dream big, start small. Maybe you will coming up with some small steps, but your dream should be big, and your destination must be far away from your present situation. So this is strongly what we all strongly must follow. So Paula, are you involved with any sort of voluntary activities, or apart from your corporate career, which are the organizations along with corporate companies you are contributing? And what I found from your academic and corporate experience, that is, you have gained knowledge in your graduation in such a way which have ultimately contributed to your corporate career. Now tell me about your corporate career, which has helped you to contribute to society, because in very recent time you talk about sustainability, and you also brought the issue of ESG, which is like a buzzword nowadays. So would you please tell about your other affiliations?
Yes. So I'm going to be very sincere. I'm not part of any organization with social activities, but I do by myself. For example, everybody that invites me for a mentoring because they need help individually, usually I say, yes, I will help you. So that consumes part of something that for me is the most important thing that we have, that is called time. When I give you my time, I'm giving you everything that I have, because I cannot buy time and time doesn't come back. Yes. So usually today, it's not money, it's about time. Yes. So I give my time to help individually a lot of people. So I'm not part, as I said, of any organization, and I have a personal project, social project that I developed in COVID years, that me and some friends from Natura, we do like architectural design in houses that need help, because we believe that how is organized your home, your day by day means a lot of how you are organized inside. Yes, if your bed is organized every day, if you have a space to work, a space to eat, so things like this that we believe that impacts a lot people's life. So we did about 10 houses, not the full house, like part of the house. It's amazing. Then I can give you my Instagram, where we have the before and after and how we do it. It's social because they do not pay. We pay from ourselves. And I would say also that the first most important social, not only social, but priority in my life is my family. So I start in my house, yes, to guarantee my husband and my son they are okay, that people that work with me in my house, and so on. So it's important that before you start giving your time outside to help someone, guarantee that inside your home you are helping. Yes, because without this, it's not sustainable.
Right. So you are good to someone. You are good. That means you are good not just to your colleagues, but also to your family members as well.
Yeah.
Person who is good at family, he or she is good in other areas as well. So this is sometimes something as we overlook most of the time, because if you don't give much time to our family members, then doing good businesses, joining corporate houses, these are this seem simply useless. You are doing everything
Yes.
for your family.
Yes. Yes. And you know something that I always think is that when I die, I believe that my work is going to be important, what I did in my work, but most more is what I did with my legacy. And my legacy is my family. Because if I leave, I left Cargill, Danone, Unilever, nobody remembers me anymore. It was like just a job. I was paid to do this job as the best that I could, but I just was paid. It was like a commercial um, trade. But my family is my treasure. My family is my legacy. So you know what I mean. So if your family is not what you're going to live the best that you can do, everything else nobody in 100 years is going to remember.
True, true, absolutely true. So, Paula, I have another question, that is, since we work in a team, sometimes many conflicts arise. And if you do something solo, that is good. But more than that, most of the time you have to do anything, any big project in a team. So, if there are any conflict arises, you have to resolve it. But the problem is, most of the leaders they find it very difficult to resolve any conflict amongst team members. So how do you resolve any conflict amongst the team members? So what are your key magics to get rid of team conflicts?
Yeah. Usually, as I have like a more senior team, I think first of all, you have to know your team to know the best way to solve a conflict. Yes, there isn't just one way to do it. So usually what I do is a very good conversation. For example, if someone from my team comes and say, I didn't like what someone did, I said, did you already talk with this person? Did you bring how you feel? Because usually what I've learned is that nobody will come to work or even in your family and friends and want to do this by purpose, want to make you suffer by purpose. But you feel like that, and you have to bring how you feel and not say, you did that. No, you made me feel, even though you didn't want to do that. Yes, because the person is not going to say, okay, I want to give you the worst day you have. No, I don't know anyone that works like this. But from the day by day, these conflicts may surge. So, the first of all, try to solve this problem in the beginning. Don't let this becomes a very big problem, because usually is what we do. We take the problem and we put behind the carpet and say nobody will see it. But one day it's going to appear and it's going to be worse than in the beginning. Yes. So I always try to solve the problems in the beginning to guarantee they are not going to be big problems. And good and honest conversations usually solve the problem. Yes. If you have good intentions, don't do this to make the other suffer. Don't do this to make bad things to the other person. Do to try to really solve the problem. Yes, to really be a good solution. So, yeah, conversations, in my opinion, it's like 78% of the solutions.
So, if anyone has any differences in terms of giving suggestions, it doesn't mean that he or she are out from team or not the part of team, because different team members will have different ideas, different views.
Mhm.
But the thing is, if any conflict arises, try to have a good conversation for a long period of time. And since a team leader has good understanding of every personality, he or she knows how to communicate with other team members. And also uh, the team leader must have very good intention, and also the team members must have good intention, because if you don't have good intention, you will make the small thing bigger. And that's why with good intention we all must speak with each other. And after swiftly talking or communicating, I think any what can I say, conflicts can be resolved. So I think this is something which must be given much importance by all the team members who lead big projects like you. So Paula, now I would like to know about your current position, your current job, and you are at the moment working as the general manager at the Body Shop for Latin America.
Mhm.
Would you please tell us about your responsibilities here, and what you see you that venture in next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah. So I'm managing a business now, so I had to learn a lot of things, a different kind of business because Natura is direct sales and the Body Shop is retail and e-commerce. So for me, it was quite different, and it took me like 2, 3 months to understand almost everything, and I still trying to find ways to do better with less, because that's the main challenge that we have in retail. Retail suffered a lot in COVID time, yes, and it's taking some time to come back before COVID. So you can imagine, I think we are going to lose worldwide about 5 years in growing in terms of any kind of retail company, due to have consumer habits, going less to malls, going trying to buy more on e-commerce. Different brands are appearing, no, in terms of cosmetic, for example, and I'm working here about 1 year and a half. I started being general manager only for Brazil, and since middle of this year, I'm responsible now for Latin America, which I think I'm doing a pretty good job. Yes, it's still a lot, but which means I think I'm in a good direction.
Hopefully you are going to break many records of sales.
Thank you. But I still learning. Yes, I think it's a continuous process because what and mainly this is the main university, it's changing so much the way we do things. For example, technology, now we have AI, so it's coming very different from 1 year ago. So what's going to happen with AI now? Yes, how it's going to be, GPT chat, what's going to change in our day by day, how are going to people so behave. It's changing a lot, and you need to be very connected with your customer, with your team, with your network, in terms of, like, I have franchisees, I have suppliers. So what is going on in the world, to try to move as fast as you can, because it's not like 20 years ago where you can do a strategic plan for 5 years. I'm on the beginning of where you could write a strategic plan for 5 years. Now m- you have very difficult time to write a strategic plan for 1 year, because in 1 year you have so many changes that what you said you are going to do in January is completely different from what is going on in August. So how to be fast, how to react more agile on these chains, to still keeping your growth on the business. So a lot of change, a lot of learnings, is still in the beginning of this journey here in the body shop.
Fantastic, fantastic. So, Paula, we are almost to the end of our webinar. What we have learned from today's webinar is for a good uh, professional life, professional career, we must have a good academic career, and also we need to master some skills to reshape our career to maintain top-notch capabilities, top-notch what can I say, performance at any company or any organization. And more than that, when any type of conflict comes arises in a team, we must handle this with our cool-headed approach. So thank you very much for being the part of this webinar. I have last question to you. What do you think about School of Entrepreneurship Development? As you have heard, we are working for startup ecosystem development in our country, and we also are trying to extend our activities in Asia and other areas of the world. This is my first question. What do you think about School of Entrepreneurship Development or ACT? And my second question is, what do you think about Bangladesh? And do you have any plan to visit our country?
Okay, I will start with the second question. I don't know. In the worst country I've been was Bali, Thailand.
Yes,
In
yes.
like
It's
six.
not very far away from our country.
Yes, I've been, and I have recently, believe, been in Israel. I have left 1 hour before the war, so it was the last the far countries I've been. Who knows? Yes, because the world is becoming smaller every year, and I really hope to visit you someday. Thank you. And I think India. I had in McGill some school professors from India, and
Okay.
before that, because in Brazil we don't have in Indians here, like people from India in Brazil. If we do, it's like very few. It's not like Japanese, Chinese. We have a lot of them here. And I will tell you that my first impression was, wow, they are so intelligent, really. Because my professor, most of them were from India, and I said, I didn't know that. Yes, because internet, it was in like 2001. Yes, so a long some time, some years ago. But yeah, I got really really impressed. I know a lot of
Paula, for kind information, India is our neighbor, and we Bangladesh are a different country. But
okay,
anyway, there was a time when we Bangladeshis, India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka, these countries were uh, led under one regime, British regime. So both of most of our cultures are same in across these South Asian countries. But I would like to know, do you have any idea how big the fan base of Brazil team is in our subcontinent?
no, I have no idea. And when I say about India, because of the region, so yes, I know that Bangladesh is another country, but it's so close that for me it's like, wow, they must be all the same. So I have very, very good impression. And about the entrepreneurial school, the development, I think it's amazing what you're doing. We have to be entrepreneur in our life. Doesn't matter where you work, in what you work. Nowadays, I think much more. There is no career where you start and finish the same way. So you need to be entrepreneur all the time, trying to bring innovations, trying to bring to learn. So I think if we have people more entrepreneur in terms of mindset and learnings, we are going to have better company, better results, and you can do whatever you want if you have the skills. Yes, so really nice what you are doing. I'm very glad and privileged to be here with you. And so thank you so much for inviting me.
So, Paula, the world is very flat now. Even if you are staying far away from our country, we'll be maintaining our communication. And I would like to take a promise from you. If you ever visit Bangladesh, you will be visiting our School of
For
Entrepreneurship
sure.
Development's headquarter office.
For
So
sure.
this is same from us as well. If we ever visit Brazil, then definitely will be visiting you and
Please.
your company if we get the time. So again, thank you very much. Thanks for being the part of this great initiative. As you know, with these small initiatives, we can do something very big for the welfare of society, for the welfare of our youth or young generation. So again, thank you very very much, and we wish you all the best for your journey in your great career.
Thank
And hopefully, out of this webinar, anybody who is watching this will have great opportunity to learn something different, learn something bigger and better. Thank you very much, Paula.
thank you.
Good night from Bangladesh, and hopefully we will be talking with you again in another webinar.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.